Right, question 3. I jumped the gun earlier, but now it is Carter's big break. Year 9, went to Seton High School. Please ask your question, Carter.
North Tyneside has pledged to reduce recycling, increase recycling and reduce the use of single-use plastics. How can we ensure that everyone is getting accurate information about recycling, including young people, about particularly in relation to plastics?
Very good question, very timely. We're all very concerned about plastics at the current time. We've also recently seen a change in the waste collection in the borough, so that our recycling is collected every 2 weeks and our domestic waste the alternate weeks. So I'll start with the Mayor, Norma Redfern.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Carter. Please excuse my voice, and I think I'm losing my voice. And some people might be very happy about that, okay? But I do apologise. I just want to say, Carter, that, you know, since everybody was sort of had the privilege, I think, of watching the Blue Panels, it was quite frightening, was it not? To be quite honest, because we get on with our lives quite happily. And unless someone makes us aware of certain things, there's little we can do. But I think that has made us think totally differently about how we use plastics. Well, certainly within the council, Carter, I have to tell you that we have done away with all our plastic cutlery. We now have cutlery we can recycle. We've done away with our coffee cups. To be quite, we've got ones that you can recycle, or ones you can either reuse time and time again. And this is in our schools as well. So it goes right across wherever we are in the borough, community centres, wherever. We've changed our plastic bottles to glass bottles, which is, I suppose, a big help as well. But I don't know at this present moment how any of us are going to deal with single-use plastic. I'm just wondering if there's people out there in the world, in the country, doing some work on the best way to get rid of it, or to not use it at all, perhaps. I think that would probably be the best way. I have to tell you, I'm really proud of our young people, our young councillors, our youth councillors, because they have worked very, very hard on this particular topic, to be quite honest, and they've continued to do so. And they're out there talking to businesses, trying to persuade them to do certain things and get involved with this actually project. I would like to think, to be quite honest, that you people are passionate enough and enthusiastic enough to go back to your schools, and you must have a school council and have conversations about how you can help that. I sometimes sometimes walk past schools and I'm absolutely horrified at the litter that's thrown around outside schools. Plastic bottles and yogurt things and cups and things like that. So I'm saying to you from the bottom of my heart, try to do something about it and get into your schools and try and get with your school council and try to raise that awareness and do something for us. And yourselves, of course. And I have to tell you that when I look across the borough, to be quiet, and look at our young people, you are the people who can really make things happen. Because I remember once, I think there was something about, was plastic bags, and we had a conversation with some young people, and they went home, and every time this particular family, mother went shopping, and the child said, you can't take a plastic bag, you can't take a plastic bag. So you could get the message across. So all I'm going to say to you, it is a problem, we need to work hard at it, but this council is trying to do their best, Carter. And answer the question, because it means now that we can talk about it more and more and more, and we've got you people on board, I hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Norma. I think we might spare you one of the subsequent questions, just give your voice a break, perhaps. Karen Goldfinch.
Hi, yes, thanks, Carter. Again, excellent question, as the others have been too. I think businesses also have a responsibility as well. It's not just all down to the council. The council are working very hard with a lot of businesses. I represent the North Tyneside Business Forum. We've got 1,200 businesses there, and we're working in partnership with the council to reduce plastic waste and all sorts of different waste, just recycling waste. So it's not just down to one individual organisation, it's down to everybody, it's down to us all. And this applies to whether you're a small corner shop business, you've got a cafe, or to the big public, huge organisations as well. You've seen this yourselves with the introduction of carrier bags where you have to pay for them, the bag for life, but there's still a lot more to be done, I think. Businesses are already highlighting what they're doing, so things like alternatives to plastic straws, you've probably seen that. I mean, how many of you go out and have a drink and you take a straw? We don't need a straw, we can use a glass, most of us can. I realise some people do need straws, but there are alternatives out there. And the businesses are doing it not just for the consumer demand, obviously they have got their responsibility as well for the whole planet as we see it. And it's all come about because of, as the Mayor's already said, obviously the Blue Planet. It's come out from people like yourselves in this room as well, who are there encouraging all the businesses to get behind this, and we all realise that you're the next generation. We need you to get behind it as well. So, perhaps when you're out next, if you're out buying something or buying a gift, buying it for yourself, think about, do you need that bag? Do you need that packaging? If you don't, just don't take it. Maybe have a word with the business owner, or just a polite message, even through all the social media channels. Just say, have you thought about such and such? You may be well more aware of how you can do something as an alternative to maybe some of the business owners, especially to the smaller micro businesses. There's also a thing that a lot of the businesses are doing now, and it's not just about single-use plastics, it's about reusing furniture, it's stopping lots of things going to landfill. There's quite a few different groups out there. I don't know if anybody's seen the groups online. There are things like Pass It On. There's Pass It On Coastal, there's a great group on Facebook. There's a Pass It On Packaging now as well for businesses. So we get involved, and we'll be encouraging this throughout the borough. So if somebody has a surplus of boxes, or they've just moved or whatever, somebody else will use it. It doesn't have to go to recycle, it doesn't have to go to the landfill rather. Somebody else can use that. And the same for furniture, different things that are out there. You've got your chairs, people having an update in the office. All of that in the past perhaps has gone to landfill, but now businesses are all talking to each other. And again, with the help of the council, we are talking to each other. So I think it's a vital thing. We all need to work together. And at the end of the day, it's you guys as well. So maybe if you've got something in schools, I don't know if you've got anything on recycling sort of points in school, or recycling maybe groups between each others into schools. The youth council work well. So again, it's about working with you as well. So if you have any ideas, I'm sure the business community would like to hear as well. But yeah, great question. It needs to be something that's definitely, it's not going away. Literally, it's not going away. We need to act on this and do something about it.
Thank you very much, Karen. Councillor Hodson.
Yes, this is a good question. Plastic recycling is really important, but very difficult. Plastic comes in many forms. All are valuable. Plastic is light in weight, it's cheap to make, it's strong, it's attractive, with good electrical and heat insulation properties. And it does not react with other materials. Plastic is a valuable material, it's not just the enemy. However, these very qualities make it very difficult to dispose of when it's no longer required. And we are learning of its terrible damage to air, land and sea animal life recently, as the Mayor referred just now. The Council accepts a small number of plastic types for recycling, but it is essential that more should be acceptable, and this may require, though, new chemistry in order to enable that to happen. The burning of plastics as a means of disposal is very questionable. And a recent report about the Grenfell fire in London, the terrible fire there, raised the question of the toxicity of burnt plastics. Dangerous pollutants arise from the burning process. Energy from waste power plants, and some have been proposed up here, where waste is burnt as a fuel to generate electricity, should not be permitted in the future, in my view. We all need to understand more about plastic recycling and disposal, not just young people. And we need to purchase less plastic, as others have said just now. We need to purchase less plastic in all its forms. The Council's Overview and Scrutiny Environment Committee is undertaking an in-depth review of air quality with the help of pollution experts, and I hope very much that we will learn to handle waste, including plastic waste, better with less stress on the environment after that. Indeed, we must succeed in this.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Carter, did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you. I've got nothing else to add.
Thanks, Colt. Right, question.